Ahoy hoy. Already started with an that's good. Some changes. Here's the microphone. Lovely Marantz MPM 1000, lovely. Doesn't work with this camera for some reason, but there we go. Update on the great guitar build-off that isn't British and Unofficial. There's loads of entries out there, go and look at them. There's no way I can even get in the top 100. There's some really superb, inventive ideas out there that are frankly inspirational. There's a chap using a sander in a way I've never even thought before. Really good stuff. But what have I been up to, more importantly? Threefold of things here. Body routing is all finished.
Smashing.
Hello. Quick little guide here. If you're buying a pillar drill, check for this before you buy one for guitar making. Here's my lovely pillar drill. Here we are, all in place, and that is as far back as I can get it. Where's that a problem, Gavin? Well, it's a big problem because I can't cut the meat out of most of this pickup cavity. So I'm going to have to find out another way of doing it. Rats. Sanded and raised 3 times. It's rather wonderful. Had to increase the depth of the control cavity because the chap I'm building this for doesn't know yet, but I've built a super secret switch in which does something super and secret, and he can find out for himself. But the switch itself is a bit deeper, so I'm glad I took this down to 42mm rather than 40. Not that it's that thin. Basswood body, I'm still in 2 minds about. Basswood, for those who don't know, is a very light wood. It wasn't used for guitars until well, it wasn't commonplace for guitars until Steve Vai said he wanted his guitars made out of basswood. Fair enough noise out of it. It is very soft. If I had more time, I would probably go somewhere and get it nicely gloss painted over the top. because it is also very soft. So there's a slight scratch there. If you knock it, it dents. Sanding it is very easy and fun. Raising the grain was a lot easier. I keep feeling and finding bits. Then I can hear Christopher Owen's voice in my head going, "Go back to 80, go back to 80 grit." So thank you for that, Christopher. Colouring. I have 2 examples here. As it's going to be New Wave Rastercaster, I thought triple burst. So red, gold and green. This is very distinct. I don't like the fusion between the red and the yellow there. It seems too distinct. So I tried it again. And that looks a lot nicer. If you can see that. But we'll see what I can do. I've also given that, just as an experiment, a coat of poly spray-on lacquer, which it absorbed immediately. So I don't know if it's doing anything at all. I have another piece which I'll try with nitro, and another piece which I'll try with oils to see which one gives the best protection and relatively quickly now that time's running low. But do you prefer the less distinct or more distinct? Less, more? Do tell me in the comments below. The other great thing that's happened, inlay's all done. Most importantly, the resin worked on this one here. I put 2 razor blades on top of each other to give more definition. The cavity itself is a little wider and bigger than I wanted, but I had to get the Dremel out to get rid of the old sticky unset resin. The fingerboard is absolutely beautiful. You can see that fret number 1 is in. I believe these are steel because they're immensely hard. Headstock is all done. All of the right plates and holes are in the back. Done an interesting thing because there's 2 different sizes. So it's 10mm and 6.7 on the front, so that the bushings fit really nicely and snugly. Something that always annoys me, that even if they're sort of screwed in, they're a bit loose. Those are going to be locking tuners. I've been investigating water slide decals, or decals, whatever you want to call them. They're next. Fingerboard's been rolled. Every time I touch this neck, regardless of how smooth it is, I find something new to sand down a little bit more. And I probably will on all fingerboards and all pieces of timber until the day I die. So thank you for that. The shaping has been redone here. I'm experimenting with bolts, probably in here, instead of just screwing it in. I've always preferred the idea of bolts. The difficulty is managing to get them in completely straight. We'll see whether I do that or not. But tomorrow is frets. Don't fret. And starting to stain. I haven't decided whether I'm going to stain the neck or not. I think I probably will, but I haven't decided how yet. Might just be thick green stripe down the middle with red on the sides to match into the bodywork, and then once that's dried and sanded off, give it a yellow over. Some beautiful figuring on this timber, but finishing the ebony off with a bit of oil and going to an incredibly high grit is completely worthwhile. It is just glass-like smoothness. Pete, you're going to get a good guitar out of this. Hopefully. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. I'll try and figure out why that isn't working. I think it probably needs to be powered, in which case it's never going to work. And I'm probably going to start wading through files if I'm going to have to file down stainless steel frets. But throughout all of this you would have seen some cutaways. Enjoy. Toodle. Still no COVID here, hopefully. Toodle pip.